So, dear listeners, welcome to our podcast, where we explore something really important to all of us, happiness. I'm Linda, and with me is my co-host, Leo. How are you today, Leo?
Hey, Linda, I'm doing great, thanks. And hello to all our listeners. Today's topic is exciting because who doesn't want to be happy, right?
Exactly. We all want to be happy. But have you ever thought about why we feel happy? Or what happiness really means? It's not just about smiling or feeling good. There's actually a science behind happiness, and today we're going to talk about that.
That's right. Happiness isn't just a feeling, it's something we can understand better. There are secrets to living a joyful life, and guess what? Science can help us discover those secrets.
Yes, so in this podcast, we are going to start with this simple question. What is happiness? Is it the same for everyone? Let's explore that together.
Good idea. Let's begin with a basic definition. Happiness is that feeling of joy, contentment, or satisfaction. It's when you feel good about yourself, your life, and the world around you. But it's important to know that happiness can look different for each person.
Exactly. For some people, happiness is spending time with family. For others, it's doing something they love, like painting, playing sports, or even reading a good book. So happiness can be personal. It's different for everyone.
That's a great point, Linda. What makes one person happy might not make another person happy. But did you know that there are actually two types of happiness that scientists talk about?
Oh yes, there's short-term happiness and long-term happiness. Let's explain them.
Short-term happiness is when you feel happy for a short time. For example, when you eat your favorite food or watch a funny movie, you feel good in the moment, but this feeling doesn't last forever.
Exactly. It's like that feeling you get when you win a game or buy something new. It feels great, but after a while, that happiness fades. This is normal because short-term happiness is about instant joy.
On the other hand, long-term happiness is different. It's about feeling good over a longer period. This kind of happiness comes from things like building strong relationships, having a purpose in life, or taking care of your health. It doesn't come from just one thing. It's more about how you live your life every day.
That's so true, Leo. And did you know, studies show that long-term happiness is more important for a joyful life. So it's great to have short-term happy moments. But if we want to feel happy in the long run, we need to focus on things that bring lasting joy.
Yes, and some of the secrets to long-term happiness are things we can control. It's not just luck. For example, one thing we can do is practice gratitude, being thankful for what we have. Studies show that people who are grateful feel happier.
Exactly. Gratitude is such a simple thing, but it can make a big difference. When we focus on the good things in our life, we start to feel better. Even on bad days, if we find just one thing to be thankful for, it can change our mood.
Another secret is staying connected with others. Having close friends or family members can help us feel supported. Relationships are key to long-term happiness. When we spend time with people we care about, it makes us feel good.
That's so important. Human connection is really powerful. And it doesn't have to be with a lot of people. Even having one close friend can make a big difference. It's about quality, not quantity.
Exactly. It's better to have one great friend who makes you happy than to have many friends who don't really care about you.
And let's not forget about helping others. Did you know that doing kind things for other people can actually make you feel happier?
Yes, it sounds strange, but it's true. When we help someone else, like doing a favor or being kind, it boosts our own happiness too. It makes us feel good because we know we've made someone else happy.
These are just a few things that scientists have found about happiness, but they're so powerful. And we'll explore even more secrets to a joyful life.
Yes, and we'll dive deeper into how you can create more happiness in your everyday life and discuss some practical tips.
That's right. But for now, we hope you've learned a little bit about what happiness really is and how it's more than just a feeling.
And remember, happiness is something you can work on. It's not always easy, but with small steps, you can live a more joyful life. And we will dive deeper into how you can create more happiness in your life.
That's right. And we talked about what happiness is and the difference between short-term and long-term happiness. Now we want to focus on some practical tips, things you can do every day to feel happier.
Yes, these are simple actions you can take to build more joy in your life. The best part is that they don't have to be big changes. Sometimes, small things can make a big difference.
Let's start with the first tip, mindfulness. Now, you might be thinking, what is mindfulness? It's a simple idea, but it can have a big impact on your happiness.
Mindfulness is about paying attention to the present moment. We all have busy lives, and sometimes we're thinking too much about the past or worrying about the future. When we practice mindfulness, we focus on what's happening right now.
Exactly. For example, if you're drinking a cup of tea, really focus on the taste, the warmth, and how it makes you feel. If you're taking a walk, pay attention to the sounds around you, the air, the feeling of your feet on the ground. When we focus on the present, we feel more peaceful and happy.
Yes, and you don't need a lot of time to do this. Even spending just 5 minutes being mindful can help you feel more relaxed and happy.
That's a great tip, Leo. Now, let's talk about the second tip, exercise. Moving your body isn't just good for your physical health, it's also great for your mental health.
That's right. When we exercise, our bodies release chemicals called endorphins. Endorphins make us feel happy and help reduce stress. And you don't have to go to the gym or run a marathon to feel the benefits.
Exactly. Even a short walk or doing some stretching at home can make a big difference. The key is to find something you enjoy. Maybe it's dancing, playing a sport, or even gardening. Anything that gets your body moving can help boost your happiness.
The next tip is one of my favorites, gratitude. We mentioned this before, but let's dig a little deeper into how it works.
Gratitude is all about being thankful for what you have, no matter how big or small. When you focus on the good things in your life, it shifts your mindset. Instead of thinking about what you don't have, you start to see all the wonderful things you do have.
And the best part is, practicing gratitude is easy. One thing you can do is keep a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're thankful for. It could be something simple, like I'm grateful for the sunny weather, or something bigger, like I'm thankful for my supportive family.
I love that idea. It doesn't take much time, but it can really help you feel happier. And when you start to notice the good things, you might find that you have more to be thankful for than you realized.
Another great tip for happiness is helping others. We touched this before, but it's such a powerful way to increase your own happiness. When you do something kind for someone else, it not only helps them, but it makes you feel good too.
Absolutely. It could be something as simple as helping a friend with a task, giving a compliment, or even volunteering in your community. Studies show that acts of kindness increase your own sense of well-being.
And helping others doesn't always have to be a big gesture. Small acts of kindness, like holding the door open for someone or giving a smile, can make a huge difference in both your life and theirs.
Now, let's move on to something we all need, sleep. Did you know that getting enough sleep is really important for your happiness?
Oh yes, when we don't get enough sleep, we feel tired, cranky, and stressed. It's harder to be happy when we're running low on energy. On the other hand, when we sleep well, we wake up feeling refreshed and ready to take on the day.
That's right. Good sleep helps our brain work better, and it helps us manage our emotions. So, if you're feeling down, one of the first things to check is whether you're getting enough rest.
A good tip for better sleep is to have a regular bedtime. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Also, avoid using your phone or watching TV right before bed because the bright screens can make it harder to fall asleep.
That's such an important point, Leo. And now for the final tip, positive thinking. Our thoughts have a lot of power over how we feel. If we think negative thoughts all the time, we're going to feel unhappy. But if we practice thinking positively, we can feel happier.
Yes, it's all about how we look at things. For example, if something doesn't go your way, instead of saying, "This is terrible," try to find a positive side. Maybe you didn't get the job you wanted, but it's an opportunity to learn and improve for the next time.
Positive thinking doesn't mean ignoring problems. It's about facing challenges with a hopeful attitude. When we believe that good things are possible, it makes us feel more confident and happy.
So, we've talked about some great tips for creating more happiness: mindfulness, exercise, gratitude, helping others, getting enough sleep, and positive thinking.
Yes, these are all things you can try in your daily life. Remember, happiness isn't something you find once and keep forever. It's something you build over time with small actions.
And we'll talk about some of the things that can block happiness and how to overcome them. It's important to understand what might stop us from feeling happy so we can deal with those challenges.
Exactly. We can't wait to dive into that. But for now, try practicing these tips and see how they make you feel. Happiness is a journey, and every step counts. And now we're going to explore those obstacles and how we can deal with them.
Let's start with the first obstacle: stress. Everyone feels stress from time to time, and it can really affect our happiness. When we're stressed, it's hard to enjoy life, and we can feel tired, anxious, or even angry.
That's so true. Stress can come from work, school, family, or even just feeling like we don't have enough time. But the good news is, there are ways to manage stress so it doesn't take away our happiness.
One simple way to deal with stress is deep breathing. When you feel stressed, take a moment to stop what you're doing. Close your eyes, breathe in slowly through your nose, and then breathe out through your mouth. Do this a few times and you'll start to feel calmer.
Yes, it's amazing how something as simple as breathing can help us feel more relaxed. Another tip is to take breaks. If you're working or studying for a long time, don't forget to give yourself short breaks. Even just 5 minutes to stretch, walk around, or listen to music can help reduce stress.
The second obstacle to happiness is negative thinking. We all have negative thoughts sometimes, but if we let them take over, they can make us feel sad or angry. For example, if you think, "I'm not good enough or I'll never succeed," it's hard to feel happy.
That's true, Leo. Negative thoughts can be really powerful, but there's a way to fight them. One way is to challenge those thoughts. When you think something negative, ask yourself, is this really true? Most of the time, we find out that our negative thoughts aren't true at all.
Yes, for example, if you think, "I always fail," you can challenge that by thinking about times when you didn't fail. Maybe you succeeded at something small, like cooking a meal or finishing a project. These little successes show us that we're capable of more than we think.
Another way to fight negative thinking is to practice positive affirmations. These are simple, positive statements you can say to yourself, like "I am good enough" or "I can do this." When you repeat these affirmations, it helps you believe in yourself and push away the negative thoughts.
The next obstacle is something many people face: comparing yourself to others. In today's world, especially with social media, it's easy to look at other people's lives and feel like they're doing better than you. You might think they have more money or they look happier, and this can make you feel bad about yourself.
Yes, comparing ourselves to others is a trap. We often forget that we only see the good parts of other people's lives on social media. We don't see the hard times they go through. Everyone has challenges, even if they don't show them.
Exactly. The best way to stop comparing yourself is to focus on your own journey. Everyone is on a different path, and that's okay. Celebrate your own progress, no matter how small. Remember, you're doing the best you can, and that's something to be proud of.
And it helps to remind yourself that nobody's life is perfect. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to who you were yesterday. If you're improving even a little, that's a reason to be happy.
Another obstacle that can block happiness is fear of failure. Many people are afraid to try new things because they don't want to fail. But the truth is, failure is part of life, and it can actually help us grow.
That's such a good point, Leo. Failure is something we all experience, but it doesn't have to stop us from being happy. In fact, when we learn from our failures, we become stronger and more confident.
One way to overcome the fear of failure is to see it as a learning experience. Instead of thinking, "I failed," try to think, "What can I learn from this?" Every failure teaches us something, and it helps us do better next time.
Exactly. And remember, no one is perfect. Even the most successful people in the world have failed many times before they succeeded. So don't be afraid to take risks or try new things. It's all part of the journey to happiness.
Let's talk about the last obstacle, perfectionism. Perfectionism is when you feel like everything has to be perfect all the time. If something isn't perfect, you might feel upset or think you're not good enough.
Perfectionism can really get in the way of happiness. The truth is, nothing is ever perfect. And if we wait for everything to be perfect, we'll never be happy. Instead of focusing on being perfect, it's better to focus on doing your best.
That's right. It's okay to make mistakes. No one is perfect, and that's part of being human. When you let go of perfectionism, you'll feel more relaxed and open to enjoying life as it is.
One way to fight perfectionism is to set realistic goals. Instead of aiming for perfection, aim for progress. Celebrate the small wins and don't be too hard on yourself if things don't go exactly as planned.
So, to sum up, we've talked about some of the biggest obstacles to happiness: stress, negative thinking, comparing yourself to others, fear of failure, and perfectionism. These are all things that can block our happiness, but the good news is we can overcome them.
Yes, with the right mindset and some simple actions, we can push through these obstacles and find more joy in our lives. Happiness isn't about being perfect or never facing problems. It's about how we handle those challenges and keep moving forward.
Exactly. Happiness is something we can work on every day, and it's okay if we don't feel happy all the time. The important thing is to keep trying and to use the tips we've shared to help you along the way.
That brings us to the end of our podcast, The Science of Happiness. We hope you've enjoyed and learned some useful tips for creating more happiness in your life.
Yes, remember, happiness is a journey, not a destination. Keep practicing gratitude, stay mindful, and don't let obstacles stop you from living a joyful life.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope you continue to explore the secrets of happiness and apply them in your daily life. We're rooting for you.
And don't forget to share this podcast with your friends and family. Let's spread happiness together.
Until next time, stay positive and keep smiling. Bye for now.
Goodbye.